Shazam, Fury of the Gods. I felt quite underwhelmed watching this one, and while I wouldn't call this a horrible movie, it's still pretty generic in the long line of comic book films. To be honest, I really wasn't looking forward to this film. The reason being is because when it comes down to it, this film doesn't really matter. So the story of this one is that Billy Batson and his foster siblings, they fight the daughters of Atlas. And well, from there is a movie that I really didn't care much about. And to be honest, this one right here, it just didn't grab my attention, nor was the story anywhere as interesting. Even the action scenes wasn't entertaining, and I found this movie too bland and formulaic. This movie's not even fun, to be honest, not in my opinion. And overall, I was just disappointed with this movie. The jokes in this one, they had seemed forced and out of place, and it took away the potential tension or drama that this movie could have had. At the end of the day, while not one of the worst comic book films I ever seen, this one is still pretty lackluster compared to the first one. This movie feels less on focus and less satisfying than the first Shazam movie. In that film, Billy Batson, he was looking for a family. He found it by the end of the movie, but it's the family dynamic that really made that film awesome. In this one, well, it's pretty forgetful. I'm not going to spoil the film much, but for most of this film, we see Zachary Levi and the rest of the actors playing their adult forms. I was like, why? This movie is missing that key family dynamic. And Billy Batson, he might have at least 5 minutes of screen time. Another issue I have with this film is that Zachary Levi's version of Shazam far too immature and goofy, considering that Billy Batson is the more serious one. So it's just baffling that when he changes into the adult version of Shazam, it just doesn't mesh well with the two characters. And honestly, it feels kind of clunky as well. The acting from Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu, pretty generic. They're forgetful villains. Nothing really special about them. And then the whole, chemistry between all the other actors in this film, it really didn't gel well in this movie. I will say that Jack Dylan Grazer, he did a good job in this film. He was like the emotional support. But by the end of the movie, they tried to do some emotional scenes, and by that point, I just didn't care. Ironically enough, I don't hate this film, but I was quite bored watching it. And I must say that when it comes to the whole overall arc of the DC films, this one is probably a movie I probably won't go back to rewatch anytime soon. I'm giving this film a 6 out of 10. This one lacks the heart and charm of the first movie. And ultimately, this movie isn't going to matter when this universe gets rebooted by James Gunn and company. So the 2 post-credit scenes in this film really isn't going to amount to anything as well. And to make matters worse, there are some character arcs in this film that really don't make any sense. And quite frankly, it just doesn't work for the overall tone of what this film was trying to go for. It's a shame too, because this could have been a great DC film in my opinion, but they had dropped the ball big time with the storytelling, and more importantly, the entertainment value. Nonetheless though, if you're a fan of the first film, you can check this one out. You might even like it more than I did, but be forewarned, there's not a whole lot of substance with this one. And that's my review of Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Okay, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you think about this movie if you have seen it. Alright, this is Slum Guy 172 saying peace out.